Hello, Internet, and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, as you saw in the time lapse, I've done some welding. So let's go look at that. So, first off, we are pressurized in here again, which is lovely. So we can breathe. If we cycle through our airlock, which does let out a disturbing looking amount of air, you can see our ominous looking tunnels. So, I did these sort of ground lighting just to kind of give it this sense so it feels like this open, dark, tunnely expanse. But you can still see, and see some of the rock. I don't know, I think it has a cool effect. It's very similar if any of you have ever been to Washington, D.C., all of their subway network is underlit for some odd, ominous reason, but it has the same cool effect. So, yeah, we have our pipe, which I painted red to kind of stand out underground, and I don't know, maybe there's hydrogen in it, so it should be a cautious thing. We go down to our T intersection. Down that way is the elevator, or elevator to be. Here is our little portal outside, which you can see has our ship on it now, on the long gangway plank thing. So yeah. Now, this ship is maybe not ideally suited for landing this way because the deck is up there, but that doesn't matter too much. It's here. We can come out. You can see that the main hangar entrance is now clear and open. I didn't put the turret on the front that I'm into. But yeah, if the ship weren't here, we could watch a lovely sunset right now. Or sunrise. What time is it? I think it's sunset. I think the sun's over there. So yeah, that's pretty good. Ow. And as we go along this way, we'll reach what I'm going to be doing today, which is our elevator. So, you can see I kind of welded up the main platform. I didn't put any lights on it yet because I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with lighting in here. Or how I want to do lighting. But you can see way up at the top there is our exit. That little bead of light in the center of your screen. In the darkness. Which I kind of want to leave no lights because I think that's an awesome looking view. Maybe just a couple in the actual elevator car, but I want to be able to look up and down this tunnel and just see blackness. So, yeah. If we take off, I turn on my lights and probably my HUD so I don't die while doing this, actually. Yes, I have fuel. Fly all the way up. I did, once the power was connected, I was able to retract all these pistons. So that's nice. And up here's not too changed, but I did, that's fine. I did weld it, just, the supports we have so that we can build the structure. And actually, no, with the way I've done it, there wouldn't be a good way to put glass in this. Maybe some glass panels coming up the sides. I go down. Like glass here and here. So as you ride up in the elevator, you get a bit of a glance outside. Oh no, we'll design that later. For today, our main mission is to actually make this elevator work. And I think I have an idea on how best to do that. Oh, those are red. My color palette is also red. Do that. So, I could grind down all these pistons, and then re-weld them again, basically one block to the left. That seems like a big waste of time and energy. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to see if any of my ships can lift it. I don't know how best to do that. Maybe we use the yellow submarine with its little grabby arm. To lift up these pistons, move them up to the top there, one block over, and then merge block them back on. That way they're just off-center. Yeah. And then I should be able to extend them out, add more pistons as needed below, and make it work. I guess first, do I have any? I don't have anything in my inventory. So first we go back down and get some steel. Actually, while I'm here, how much fuel? Recharging 1.4 megawatt hours. It's not a ton of power. I don't think I have a ton of hydrogen either. Yeah, no. Huh. So the downside with this thing is it has enough horsepower to lift the pistons, but I don't know if it is... It's not the most efficient way to do it because it has so much power in general. It takes a lot to fly this thing. Maybe. Let's go in here. So, the two ships we have the miner, which is hydrogen fueled. It does already have little landing legs. It does have a good bit of lift, because it has to be able to haul all the cargo. And there's this, which does have a ton of lift, also for hauling heavy things. My concern with using either of these small grid ships is if that piston is too heavy, when I disconnect it, everything just falls down the tunnel, and, you know, whatever ship that is attached to is probably not going to survive. So, let's, hold on. Let's hit F10. Do I have a blueprint of... Come on. I have a lot of blueprints. Doesn't look it. Okay. I'm going to disconnect. Does this thing even have a name? Oh yeah, the Weldy Mark 1. Okay. I'm going to disconnect the Weldy. It might... Oh yeah, it already has a bunch of steel in it, so I should get rid of that. But gonna make a blueprint of this because it is easier to rebuild than the welder, or than the miner. It's a much more simple design. And frankly, this thing has made it from Earth. This is the first ship that ever left the planet. You know, it's had some scrapes in that time, but I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to accidentally drop it down a hole. So, and this thing's designed to be a utility ship anyway. So what we'll do... Not a big one. We will... yeah. So we'll stick a landing gear about there. Weld it up. That should allow us to grab the top of the pistons. I shouldn't cook them with the thrusters because they're kind of on either side, so long as I grab it in the middle. And now... Actually, that thing's pretty darn full. Yeah. Let's grab the stuff for... Those are 2 pistons. How do I play this game? There we go. Grab the stuff for 2 merge blocks. Which I can't do. Or I can do. Okay. We probably have it. Okay. Up we go. Ah, it's so easy to fly out now that the, big ship is no longer there. Oh, that may be overshot. Okay. Yeah. So we'll just perch ourselves up here for the moment. The camera will freak out. Okay. So what we're gonna need... We need a merge block there. We're gonna want a merge block. Ah. Dang, I may have not quite enough. Let's see. We'll want a merge block here. I should be alright. So, if I weld this up, yeah. When I connect them, the piston will be 1 block closer, or the piston chain, be 1 block closer and several blocks higher. That means I won't have to rebuild all these pistons. Then I can extend them back down again. Add some more probably, because I think I ground off higher before the drop, and I need it to go just to the words are hard. I need this chain of pistons to go down to the level of the lower platform, if not a little bit lower. So, yeah, this should work. Okay. Let's maneuver into position. So, take off. Readjust our camera. Maybe we bring the nose up and lock it. Just to make ourselves a little bit smaller. Oh, speaking of which, that's on. Okay. Is that... That's about center line. Okay. I think that's the best I'm gonna get. Whew. This is stressful. It's the moment of truth. Okay. So when I grind this block, either the weldy is going to use all its mighty strength and keep this piston line in the sky, or it is all falling down an elevator shaft. Here goes nothing. It's doing it. Ah, it's doing it, Peter. It's actually doing it on its own. That... You know, I won't... Don't bite a gift horse in the mouth. Okay. So now, up we go. Oh, this is awesome. You know, maybe this piston line, because it was extended before, so it felt super long, maybe this isn't actually all that impressive and it doesn't weigh anything at all. I really thought it was going to go plummeting down that shaft. I was pretty darn certain. Okay, now let's see if we explode when we connect, because that does tend to happen. Okay, it sort of did, but we're good. Haha! Okay. Well, that went surprisingly without issue. Let's perch again. And turn our HUD back on so we can see. I want to connect this a little bit more securely. And I can get rid of these. Maybe weld this up just so that it feels real solid. And mainly for aesthetic's sake, we'll use one of these. Okay. So, that is success there. Now, let's go ahead. Okay. So that is all the pistons. I'm going to change this to elevator pistons. Assuming that is the way you spell elevator. And now, they're all set to share inertia tensor. Turn on the showing. And down they go. Okay. So once they're extended, that should tell me exactly where they are height-wise. Then I'll know how many more pistons I'll need to add to be able to add the car. I guess I should mention... Ooh, that looks healthy. I should mention the reason I've left this one block gap, because technically you don't need to do that anymore. Pistons can run right alongside the metal, right alongside the steel blocks and not explode. But that's really only if you're talking about like a piston or maybe two pistons. This is probably going to be around 30 again. At that sort of length, because each one has a little bit of wiggle, the bottom one's going to be shaking like a stick in a thunderstorm, so I think having that extra block is going to make my life much better, and avoid me accidentally smashing the elevator car into the walls a little bit more. Even though it does mean the actual car has to be much smaller, because now the pistons are pretty much taking up most of the middle of the elevator. But that should be okay. So, yeah, that should be fine up there. Let's dive in and see how deep we go. Yeah. Okay. Well, what we can do... Thankfully, you can now add piston heads just directly, which is lovely. So we've got a piston head. Yeah, we're still going to need several pistons, I think. How far? Oh, yeah. So, our platform is still 100 meters down, so that is 10 more pistons just to reach the platform of the elevator. So, let's get some steel. It is very nice that I can now kind of, get into the base from the bottom. Because the initial drilling, I'd be down at the bottom of the hole, have to fly all the way out, back over. It was just a waste of time. So, don't need those. We'll take a bunch of those and then just kind of place it all out. Or actually, how many pistons can I carry at once? Because unfortunately, I do need to weld the pistons up as I go. That way I can actually tell if they're the length I need. So, okay, that might be 3 pistons. Guess we'll see. Okay. So good bit of length. Let this one finish and see where we are. Okay. Yep. So about where we should be. 3 pistons. Oh. Good thing I came down when I did. I'm out of hydrogen. Yep, and I used all the parts. Okay, well I guess I will gather more of those and keep doing that. And get some more fuel. Piston extends from the darkness. We may only need, so, okay. So each one is about 6 blocks. So 2 more pistons down, and then, we may need more than 1 up. Which means we may need to down one. That is the issue of this, so... let me think for a second. So, how this system needs to work... I need enough pistons to extend past the top of the piston chain when they're all retracted. So, essentially I need a piston for every 3 pistons on the down. So, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So, to get back up to this height, I need 10 pistons coming up. I'm wondering if I changed this, that's 10 pistons coming up from where it is now. So the more pistons I add down, I need to add more pistons coming up. I wonder if I lower these a bit, keep them, in the same position, but just drop down, I would need less pistons, sort of in the middle, right? Or would that matter? Because how it is now, if I think of the, I don't have a block, but if the floor is here, kind of covering, sitting on these. I could have the actual elevator car be a block tall, the floor of it, so it just pushes up level with the floor up here. So I just need the pistons to reach this height. Let's go with it this way. We'll just leave them where they are and add enough pistons to get back to that height. Because frankly, I'm not 100% sure. I could lower those down, then have like an extra piston pushing up to get it to the height I want it. But that's a lot of math, and I feel like this will be easier math to do because I know I just get back to the height of the piston tower. So, because of that though, I'm probably going to need 6 more pistons on my main tower. Because so for 10 pistons, that's 20 blocks I need the main thing to go down to be at the right height. This is a lot of math to do in your head, so excuse me while I just brute force it. Good thing I have so many parts for pistons. I probably am going to have to start producing them fairly soon. Because I'm probably going to be going down to about the depth that the original drill was. Okay. So that's 3 pistons. And I guess it is... So... The up pistons will be retracted by default instead of extended. So they should fit... with... I can fit 3 pistons for every 1 extended piston. So... That's pistons. How deep does this go? The downside is, if I don't do a bit of calculation, my concern is that I will, have to do a bunch of grinding off of pistons to actually align them correctly. So, right now, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's count by pistons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pistons. So, maybe 1 more piston down should be enough. We'll try it and we'll see kind of what height they get to. So, 3 more pistons. Try not to vent the base by cycling the airlock too quickly. Okay. Piston. Where is the button? There you are. Okay. So this is enough depth. If I then can place things as this moves. So we place that there. That there. The danger of this is the pistons are going to rub each other, potentially. But if I don't put it here, this is... So that block is dead center. If I don't put it there, I'm putting it here, which means the pistons will rub against this, which I guess isn't a huge issue, but I think I'd rather them rub each other than the platform. We'll find out. This could explode. I will have to share inertia tensor on all of these to try and keep them straight. Okay. Fuel check. Not a ton. Let's do a quick fly. So, we have 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
34 pistons. So, I would need 11 pistons coming up to make that sort of work, and then I'm going to be off 1 piston. But that may just be what we have to do. Or I put 12 pistons on. Do I have enough room for 10 more pistons here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So to get up to a height that I would clear the top, at the bottom, the elevator car would be here. This is tricky. I think the downside here, because I had 2 set heights I needed to reach, it doesn't necessarily work with the math of the piston lengths to make it a nice, easy piston length number that'll get the car at the right level at both heights. So, I think what I'm going to have to do... Let's do 1 more piston down, and then 12 pistons up.
Energy critical.
And what that may mean is that some of the pistons aren't extended the full way at various stages. But that should be fine. Do I have any fuel? I have just a bit. And reverse that one all the way, and it may crunch some of these parts at the bottom. Huh. I guess from where I was grinding stuff before. Oh, this is 100... Yep. That is the height of the original piston drill down. So, if we did it correctly, we may be just enough. And I'm about to start suffocating, I think. Yep, there we go. Into the air. Okay. Yeah. Who knew drilling a 400-meter long elevator shaft through the earth was such a complex endeavor? What am I... Oh, I'm full of that junk I picked up. Okay. So that's 11 pistons. That's at a decent height, but just to... Oop. I'm going to test and see how it works. Because maybe I'm off, and maybe I only need 11. What I'm going to have to do, though... where is somewhere I can stand the door down here? I need to adjust the pistons just a little bit. Because many of them aren't in it. So, I need to add every piston that's currently at 10, which is going to be hard. Oh boy. Okay, we're doing this differently. So, let's start... Where did I guess anyone that's not red. So this is the first one that's not in the group. I can tell that because it's marked to show in terminal. So, if I... So find my piston, add it to the group, don't show... Oh, this is going to take forever. I should have really done this before when before I built the up pistons. Eh. Would it be quicker to do? I think it's gonna take take the same time either way, so we'll just do it through the console. Okay. That is all the pistons. You share all their bits. That should be everything. So, let's see. Oh, that feels uncomfortable. I did share inertia tension on all of these. Okay. Well, quick, just to save me some heartache. Quick save. Let's see what these do. Okay. So it should be set up. When I hit reverse, I go shooting into the sky. Oh, I do! Oh, this is the express elevator. Oh, I'm going at 20 meters a second. Oh boy. Well, this makes the trip quick. I don't know if this is how I want it to be. We'll see how far I go into the air at the end. Oh. Okay. Well, that sort of worked. I definitely do need that other piston, though. You can see I'm 3 blocks short. So, good thing. Uh-oh. That's not ideal. Okay, well, time to take the elevator back down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna have to tweak that a bit so the elevator doesn't kill you as you go up and down it. Or I just put a seed in it, and then don't worry. Ow. Okay.
Energy low.
Well, can I... Yes. I can place my piston here. Yeah. So that's terrifying. But... So up pistons, that piston. Save. Share inertia tensor. All should be good. So... And I did have this thought while I was going. So I have this just going straight here. That's not necessary. I could have stairs here that lead up to the height of the elevator car. That would allow me to do things. But while we're here, let's take the ride. Oh boy. When you're looking, that's pretty quick looking. When you're looking up, it's not that bad. It's like, you know, about the speed driving in a car. Looking there is very disconcerting. Yeah, there we are. It's a little bouncy, which is maybe not great. But yeah. That works pretty well, all things considered. Actually, how to... That's funny, with all the extra bits, because each piston is a little bit longer than the 2 blocks. You know, it's a little bit longer than just a solid block amount, because the piston head is there. So with all of them added, it's right at half a block. So I could pretty easily have the elevator car at this level, and then just have something like this that it comes up against
Energy critical.
as a little walkway. Okay. Well, so that's a step in the right direction. I think, looking at my time, that's about an episode as well. So I guess next week we will finalize the elevator, build the actual car, figure out all that stuff, and then start building our upper little observation area. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out anything else I've done. Until next week, bye bye.